Hey guys, my name is Mohammed Hashar and I make tech videos. So in this particular video, we'll be learning how to create a job boards application using Bubble.is. So this tutorial was actually requested by one of my followers on Twitter. So again, I just wanted to say if you have any requests like this, you can feel free to tweet me or message me anywhere, preferably on Twitter or Instagram. Anyway, so I'll just jump right into the application. Now, instead of wasting my time on designing stuff, which I suppose you guys already know, I just designed the front end. Now, just bear in mind that all of these components are dummy. I mean, basically, they don't do anything when you click on this, with the exception of login and sign up, because these are repetitive things. Now, I assume you guys have watched a couple of my videos, or you have at least a basic understanding of Bubble, because this is not probably the best idea to begin learning Bubble with. I mean, this is a sort of a complex application, to be very honest. For first-time bubblers, I would highly recommend you go ahead and take a look at my other videos, or let's get familiar with the Bubbles interface and then come back here, because I will be assuming you guys have some knowledge of Bubble and what some terminologies here. Okay, so yeah, I'll just dive right into it. So here's what I have here. I basically added two input. This is basically the login stuff. Now for this, I have already got the workflow done. I'll explain the workflow later. For now, I'll just go ahead and jump into the design so you don't find it surprising. So I'll go jump to the next page, which is the sign up. Almost the same thing with the exception of just one extra field, which is the name. And for now, actually sign up and login would actually work now if I had to preview now. So with the exception of these two screens, everything else is incomplete. Now I have got the design complete for this, because I don't want to waste my time, like I said. These things you guys already know. What I did here is I just added a repetitive group here. This is the first page that the user would see upon logging in. Now, this is definitely not the best design. You should invest a lot of time and make it user friendly as possible, so what I've done here is basically, this is a place where you can post your job if you're an employer, or if you I don't know why I'm doing this. Yeah, okay, so if you're applying for a job, you can go and search for companies. You can apply filters. For now, I've just got one filter here because this is a very rudimentary version of a job application. You can build upon this. I'll just show you guys the concept, and you can add as many filters as you want. You can have as many information as you want to. So I just hope this video will be useful. This is where you'll be actually uploading the CV, and this is where the person, this is how the template for a CV would look like for the other people to come and look at. And the next page here is sign up. Oh yeah, so this is the page that the employer will have access to, and you'll actually be able to look at everybody's like all the applicants. He can actually view his profile, or he can actually send out an offer of acceptance. Of all the features that I'll be covering today, this is one feature that I would not be, I'm not 100% confident that this is the best way to implement send offer of acceptance, because you may have different ways of sending offer of acceptance. Maybe this could be just an email. You could have a notification feature and stuff like that. I'll show you how to do that, but the proper version of it, I mean a consumable version of it, is something that you have to think about it for yourself. I mean, it depends on how you want to implement it. So enough of talking now, let me just dive right into the workflow. So I'll just go ahead and show you the data set here, which is the database. I mean, what are the information that we'll be needing here. I think I've not completed everything, so I'll just go. Anyways, let's dive into it. So on the user side, anyways, on the login and sign up, I'm not asking for this much of information, although in the CV, they'll be able to upload all this information. So the first thing I did is I added a address. Okay, you can just go ahead and click on create a new field and create this type. Okay, If you want to have a if it's a list of text, if it says multiple type, you have to check this text box. So yeah, just bear in mind about that. This is the address, and I've stored it as a type as a text. Bio is again text. Jobs applied is a list of jobs, which is reference to this. I created a new type called job. I'll come to that in a minute. This is the name of the person, of course, text. Profile picture is a single image. Work experience is sort of like you're gonna have a list of companies. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll put that as a list of multiple companies, so they'll be able to add to a list. Okay, so I just created like a text. If you want to know how to do that, just type in like work experience, and the field type should be text, so it's a multiple type. So click on that and click on create. Okay, with that you will be able to create this. Now let me come to the job site. Now the first thing I'll be saving is a description of the job, which is sort of like bio if you want to. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually displaying this, but I'm just saving it. Anyways, so logo of the company, the name of the company, package, which is basically your offer, how much is the salary and whatever it is, the type of the employment, which is text. For all of this is text except for the logo, of course, because type of employment is basically just a series of numbers and hyphens. Like I'm gonna offer you. Sorry, type of employment is basically internship, part-time, full-time, or I don't know what else you may want to integrate into this. Like I said, you could integrate your own fields once you just know how to play around with this. Okay. The next thing is the fields. And by the way, I did not notice this is actually a new feature here called File Manager. This was actually not here the previous version of Bubble. I have to explore this myself. Anyways, so the next thing is the bubble. Sorry, the next thing is website, which is going to be the text field. All right. So this is how you do it. Click on the login button, and then I will actually log in with my email's value, password's value. Now notice that I did not select go to the paper, which is by the way my homepage. I did not add it here because if every time the user is gonna come to this page, which is a login, it's going to check if the user is logged in. He doesn't have to go ahead and type the whole thing again. He doesn't have to click on this button in order to go to the next page. So if it senses that the user is already logged in, he's going to jump to the paper page automatically. The data to send is a current user because the current user is basically the user who is logged in. Now if I'm going to click on the register button, he's going to be taken to this sign up page. Actually, it's wrong. He's going to be taken to the sign up page. Yeah. So, oops, yeah. Right, where did I go? Alright, so let me jump into the sign up page. On the sign up side, I have added a email's value, password's value, and if you want, you can have the password for confirmation. I added another field here, which is called the name. I'm saving the name of the person because that's very important. I can't do anything without it, so I'm just making this as a mandatory field. Okay, the login will go back to the previous page, which is index page. You could say go back to the previous page in the workflow section, but I did go to the page index because sometimes people will enter the URL directly and come to this page. So if it says go to the previous page, it may get lost. If you're used to Bubble, you may know what I'm talking about, but then it's okay. So like I said, I've already completed it till this point. Okay. Yeah, by the way, even on the sign up page, if you go to the workflow section, it says if the user is logged in, it will go to the paper page. So till this point is something that I've already covered before even starting this video. Now after this point is everything that I'm going to do now. So the first thing I added is a repeating group, which is basically this one here. Alright, so I added this is basically a template that will be copied to every job item here. Okay, so we already have the data set ready, right? So the first step is to provide the facility. This is a place where the user will be able to post a job, right? So let's go click on the post job now. This is the most important thing because this is where the jobs are going to come from, right? I'm going to click on start edit workflow. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to save a new job. Okay, you want to create a new job now. You are going to save a number of things. Alright, the first thing is I'm going to save the logo, the name of the company, the package, the type of employment, the website. I don't know if I have the bio actually ready. It's okay if you actually have it on the data set. I'm not going to use the bio field for now, but you can have it. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and save the logo. By the way, this is actually an image uploader, and I guess this one you already know is the drop down. All of these are basically just text inputs. Okay, all of these are content format as text. You can pause this video and check out every single information if you want to. All right, so I'm gonna click on the job here. I'm gonna save all of this information here. The logo will be stored in the is on the picture uploader. Click to upload an image. I've added that. The name of your company's value. The package will be your offer value, and type of employment is in the drop downs value. Oh yeah, by the way, you would say what is the type of employment. You can check out the choices. I've selected this as static because no one will be able to change this. This is actually all the types of offers I have. If you go check out on the bottom filters, you can see the same choices here. So if he's gonna select the full time, he'll be able to filter all the jobs that are only for full time or part time or internships or freelance offers. So basically, that's what it is, right? So this is basically just static text, but the user will be able to choose one amongst these. You have to make sure that all of these are in the next line. So this way, this it's presented in like in separate options, right? Yeah. So the website is going to be your website address value. So this is going to be your company's website, right? Your company's website, right? Your company's website. Is that the right spelling, by the way? I don't know. Alright. Alright, I'll just leave it for that. So this way, actually, now if you test it, you'll be able to create a new job item, but you'll not be able to view because these are dummy text. It just says company's name. It doesn't respond to the data here. This is going to be dynamic data because this is going to view the current job items name here. I've just put up a template here, right? Okay, so enough of talking. Alright, so let me go into the job item here. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to the element actions here and say reset input, so that the user, all these fields are reset here, so the user can now type in the next job item here. Maybe this is not the best UX. Probably you can have a post job in a separate page, but just for the sake of this video, I did it this way. Okay, now that's how you add a job. Now if you actually go ahead and check on the data section on the app data, and if you test it out, your jobs will be displayed over here, right? I have not used any of this, so it's empty here. So I don't want to test it because it will just drag the video longer and longer. So here what I'm going to select is on the repeating group, I chose the type of the content as job, and the data source is I'm going to, okay, the default filters is maybe that you want to play around with this. Okay, let's say you're going to be searching for the jobs which have the package, no, not the package. Let's say the type of the employment should be something like internship. So if you basically type this, all right, make sure it's the correct spelling here. Now if you click on the preview now, it will only preview all the jobs which have the type of the employment as internships. This is how we're going to apply filters when the user is going to click on employment options. But for now, we don't want to view all internship. We want to view all kinds of jobs. So for now, I will not apply any filters at all. If you want to sort this by any order, you can do that. I'll select sort by created date, and I'll say descending is no, I guess no. All right, for now this is what I want. It now understand that this repeating group is for jobs. Okay, now I'm gonna say that this label here, or in technical words it's called label, but basically this is just a text here, and I selected it in heading here. I just made it big, and this is the logo, the part where the user will be able to check out the logo. So on the company's name, you're gonna say the current sales jobs name. All right. This one is going to be the current sales jobs. What was that again? Offer, right? So package. Let me actually change that name to from package to offer so you guys don't get confused. Right. It's called offer now. It'll change later. On the description, we're not saving the job bio because I'm just lazy to do it now. So on the next thing is the logo. This is a dynamic image where the user is gonna upload the logo. So on the dynamic section, just select current sales jobs logo. Okay, the employment type here is basically like what internship or whatever it is. Current sales jobs type of employment. Now that's whatever is the type will be displayed here. If he's gonna click on the apply job, we'll talk about this. So, or should we do it now? Okay, let's reserve this for later. Okay, let's play with the filters now. Now you could make the user click on this button in order to apply the filters, or you could say something like if the user if the values of both of these inputs have changed, you can apply the filters. For easy, I mean, if you're doing this for the first time, let me make this really simple for you. So I click on the search here. All right. What I'm gonna do now is the easiest way to do this is on the repeating group. Now make sure on the element actions, since we're playing around with the repeating group, we're gonna say display list. All right. We're gonna do a search for the jobs. Now we're gonna apply the filters. Now there is something called a search. I mean, search element here. I don't know how to play around with that search element. This is a standard input element. Okay, this is not a search. There is a separate search field here, but don't use it. Okay, I don't know how to play around with that. It just does not work for me. So I'll go ahead and say data source is search for the jobs, and the name should contain whatever is in the search for companies field. Okay, now if you actually go ahead and search it for now, I don't have any jobs now because yeah, like I said. So yeah, so I'll just resize this, make this a little leaner. Yeah, so if I go ahead and test the application now, what will happen is, I'm sorry, so yeah, so if I click on the search now, it will search for all the companies that will contain the value that is in this field. But let's say we'll talk about employment options. Now I'll do something crazy here. Let's say that the drop down elements value is not empty. What does this actually mean is sometimes this right now it's empty. Okay, it says placeholder. Right now the user has not chosen any option. By default, you're not choosing any option unless you specify the default value here. For now, I kept the default value as empty. So when the user is this value is not empty, you want to change the data source now. You want to change the data source now to change the type. I mean, you're gonna search for a job where the type of the employment is equal to explicitly whatever is the value is stored in this here. So basically, if he's going to choose full time, he's gonna like search if he's gonna choose this value from if he's gonna choose full time here, automatically if it senses that the value has changed or if the user has actually changed this element here, he's gonna change the data source. He's gonna search for all the jobs that have the type of employment of whatever he's choosing here. I hope it makes sense now, but make sure you have to apply the sort by or the sorting feature. You will have to program that again, okay? Again, which is nothing but create a date in descending. No, that's in my requirement. I mean, I think for me it gets my job done, so that's it for me. So I hope this thing is clear for you guys. Okay, the next thing you want to know is about the apply job. We'll talk about this a little later. I'll touch that. Now my profile. Okay, now my profile is basically where the user will be able to let's do one thing here. My CV is another page. Okay, now this is a page where the user will be able to edit his CV. Sorry, edit profile. You can have a proper drop down or proper menus later. For now, I'm just keeping like this. Okay, profile is basically just going to be able to see his profile. So I'll go to navigate to the page, which is I'm going to be navigating to my profile page. And the data to be sending is a current user. The current user, like I said, refers to the person who's logged in. Alright? Now, the logout page is actually programmed already. If the user is logged out, he's gonna go to the index page. So a person who's logged in, a stranger who comes in will not be able to access this page actually, which is pretty cool, right? So right, yeah. If you make sure, by the way, go to this page here and select the type of content as user. Make sure you do that, and then only then will you be able to log in and stuff. Okay, you will be, yeah. So that's how you'll be able to do that. Anyways, onto my profile, I'm gonna say go to the page profile, and on the edit profile, I have a separate page called my CV, which is where the user will be able to edit his profile. So that page is going to be my CV, and the data to be sending, actually it doesn't have the type of the data. See, look at this, the type of content has to be user. Now he's going to be asking me for the field. Go check out the user. No, look at not this one here. Where do we go? Paper, right? Let's go to the edit profile. He's gonna be asking, what is the data? I'm gonna be selecting the current user. Okay, my applicants are basically, he's going to go to the my applicants page, and he's gonna select the current user again. We'll talk about that later about my applicants. So all right, so let me go ahead and go to the next page, which is let's go ahead and dive into the my CV page, which is kind of the most easiest job actually, to be speaking. This is the easiest part of the application. So I just have a very standard form here. The only thing that may sound new is this part here, which is I added a repeating group on top of this, because the user will be able to add multiple work experience like companies or whatever, and he'll be able to remove these items here. Alright, so this is how you do it. Basically what I did is I added a repeating group, and I used the type of content as user, because you're going to be viewing all the companies that this current user has visited. So this is going to be viewing the current sales item here, which is the work experience, is the current sales company. Okay, so yeah, I added the initial content as current sales bio. What I'm basically doing is, if the user has already entered the information before, his old information will be actually viewed. If he has already entered the information, it will come here. If it's not, it won't come here. All right. So the next thing is the address field. All of the just the fields here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into the add page for now. How do you add items to the list? Okay, the first thing is make sure on the data set here, on the user section, the work experience is what I'm gonna be playing on now. It says it's a list of text. This is a text field where the user will be able to add text. Now, if you want to save that, what you gotta do is you're gonna create a new thing, and what you're gonna also not create a new thing. You're not gonna create a new user in here. You're not gonna create a new user here. What you're gonna do is delete this here. No, I don't want this. Let me delete this. Please let me delete that. Let's say I want to delete that. Yeah, I'll delete that. Make changes to the current user. Okay, what I want to change is I want to change his work experience. You're not actually changing it, you're just adding a new work experience. You're going to be adding the work experience, the value that is stored in this field, right? Notice automatically that when I go to this field, when I go here, it automatically suggests the field that is nearby the UI element. So this way you know that it comes on the top, right? If you know what I mean. Anyways, on the repeating group, I added a remove element. So the user, if if he had a typo or something, or if he's passed out or whatever, he can remove this company. In order to do that, click on the remove, and I'm going to click on the start edit workflow. And the way you do that is on the data things, you're going to be making changes to the thing again, to the current cells, no, to the current user. And the thing you want to do is you want to remove a work experience that is there in the current cells users work experience. I hope this works. Yeah, I hope this will work. Fingers crossed. Let me know if this doesn't work, but anyways, I think this will work out. Anyways, now here on the current cells, I added here, add work experience. Okay, by the way, just remember one more thing, that this information is automatically saved when I click on this add. You don't actually, the save button only applies to these 4 fields. So on the save field now, I'm going to be, login. What is going on here? Oh, come on. This button thing is something I hate Bubble for. Alright, come on, do it. Alright, come on, let me delete it. Alright. I'm going to be creating a new, not creating a new thing again, mistake. Make changes to a thing, which is, I'm going to change the current user's information. I'm going to change his address, his bio, his name, if he wants to, his profile picture. Actually, a lot of information is changing here. So yeah, address is whatever is typing on that. Bio, again, all of this information you already know. Oh, bio, oh yeah, he does. Describe yourself, name, oh shit, names, value, profile picture, and the picture uploader. That's it, basically. So once he clicks on the save, he'll be able to go to the next workflow I'm gonna add. He's going to jump to the profile and current page user, right? Current user. Okay. So first thing you will want to know is that I'm basically, after I save the information, he'll be able to preview his changes. Alright? So that's what I'm doing here. On the back section, you want to say delete this for, I have to click on the navigation, go to the previous page, and you can delete this now. Oh, come on, man. This is just the worst part of it. Oh, just please let me delete it. Right, yeah. So, I guess I've covered my CV now. Let's jump into my app. No, what's next? My profile. Okay. So, I added a label here from where is this guy from? Okay, notice one more thing. This is the profile template, right? Now, this profile template applies to every one of those people. Yeah, page title, it says this. Now let's change the page title to the name of this person. I'm just saying. And the field for readable URL will be the name. Basically, the URL will be altered accordingly the name of the person. So it will have the name of the person and the URL. How cool would that be? So here, I've added an image here. You can't see it because it's empty here. We'll add a dynamic image because you're... Okay. What we're doing here is, remember that this profile will not only view the profile of the person who's logged in, but also other people's profile. It's the same template, because maybe the person who is logged in may want to know how my profile looks like to the employers. So that way, I've created a uniform profile page, right? Yeah, so let me go ahead and continue with this. So here I have a profile. This is the place where the user's profile is going to be viewed. So dynamic image, the current page user. Now, who is the current page user? That we're going to be redirecting from the other sections. Okay, here we're going to be passing the dynamic image profile picture. That's gonna be displayed here. All right. Here we're gonna be viewing the current cell's name, which is the whoever is the owner of this page here. The page here depends on who we pass here. You'll know in a while how that works. From the current page user's address, bio. So I just added like some formatting, bold texture, and bio. You can add pictures or icons and make it look really interesting if you want to. Current page users, bio, address. I don't know, like why did I have two address fields? I don't need this, right? Actually, all right. Oh, by the way, instead of saying address, let's say email here. It's actually the wrong format. Oh, let me do one more thing. Let me change this to email, current cell's email, and I'll say this is address. I think this will work better, right? So I'll add the current cell's page user's address. This looks better now. Okay, now this one here, I'm just gonna view. Remember to remove the control for the user to be able to remove this item, because otherwise he's going to be able to remove other people's work experience as well. That's gonna be really funny. Yeah. So we want to change the data source as a user. He's gonna be searching for the. He's gonna be able to search all the work experiences. Oh yeah, don't do anything. Just click on this. Yeah, just keep it like this. Okay, and even to this point here, just go to the my CV page. You're gonna have the data source as do a search for as user. Okay, just keep it this way, no filters, because you're not applying any filters here. Okay, it's kind of difficult to explain, but for me, but just do it that way. Let me go back to profile. Yeah, okay. So on the field here, I'm gonna display the current Souls users work experience. Okay, that will be it. Okay, on the back page, I'm going to go back to again, delete this. Go to the previous page, or shall we say, go to the home page? No, never mind. Just keep it like this way. Oh no, don't want. Let's do something here. Let's say the back page in this case implies to the paper page, which is the home page. Current user. Remember, data descent has to be current user here, because if you go into the paper page, which is my dashboard page, if you're gonna say current page user, the user is gonna be able to access other people's dashboard. That's gonna be a pretty dangerous job. I'm not sure if that will actually crash the application itself, because I think Bubble has some privileges in the dataset thing. I'm not exactly sure about that. Anyways, let me go. I think we have completed the profile page, the My CV page, the sign up page. The paper page is almost complete, with the exception of the apply job, which we'll be completing now, I think, which is the last thing to do now. Okay, now we're gonna have the my applicants. Okay, now we have the type of the content as a the user, and this one, this is a private page. The only public page is the, where's that, the profile page. Okay, so here let me explain this. So first thing is, we're gonna be playing a lot with the search for jobs. Okay, you're gonna be searching for, you're gonna have a constant here on the repeating group that says search for only the jobs, view only the jobs that are created by the current user, right? This is very important, because if you're not gonna say that, the user is going to be able to view all the jobs that have been applied in this application. All right, that's not something you want to do, because because a possible scenario is the person will be able to accept his own job, right? How cool that would that be? I don't know. So anyways, let me go ahead and continue. So what I have here is basically the this is actually not right. This is, you're going to be applying search for all the jobs that are being created by the current user, and here, now hold on, there's a mistake here. A correction, but you just have to add one more thing. I just got stuck in green and I had to pause the video. So what you had to do is on the job section, right? You're gonna have a new data item called a new field called applicants. Okay, I'll tell you how to do that. And you're gonna have something called applicants, and basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna change the field type as user. Okay, and you're gonna say the field is a list, multiple entries, and click on create. Okay, now this is where all the applicants will be stored. Okay, that has to be a type of user. User is automatically created for you, so you don't have to create this thing, right? You can delete this item, by the way. Yeah. So now on the repeating list, what you have to do is you gotta say the current cell. Oh yeah, one more thing. uh, you can create a repeating group for a list of all the jobs that the person owns, and inside of that you can create another page which displays all the applicants that for that particular job. So you could say something like the job the job reference, the job reference could be of the current paid job, so you can pass that if you know what I mean, and you can understand that, but it's okay. I'll tell you how I'm gonna do it now. Okay, that is a possible algorithm, right? But I'll show you how I'm gonna do it now. My assumption is that there's not gonna be a lot of people who are going to be. One does not create a million companies unless you're someone like Elon Musk. So, um, I'm just assuming this is going to be a list of the applicants for all the. This is going to be a list of applicants from all the jobs that you own. So basically, that's what it is. So all the jobs that are owned by the current user, but I'm only going to view the applicant's details here. Okay, so this is going to be here's how it's going to do. On the next field, I'm going to say the current sales jobs applicants. Okay, I'm going to view his his address, right? His address is going to be sometimes really long, so make sure you have a lot of space for it. Description, current sales jobs, applicants, bio. Alright, this one is current sales jobs, applicants, profile picture, right? So that's how it works. Now the next thing is view profile. You want a view profile. This is where things go really interesting. Go to the page. Which page you want to go? You want to go to the profile page. Data to send in this case will be the current sales jobs applicant. Oh crap! I just did a mistake here. Current sales jobs. Current sales in the right. Let me just do one thing here. Let's do a hack here, okay? So I guess he won't be able to view the profile. So unfortunately, I'll have to sort of remove this for now. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm sorry, guys. We'll have to do that. All right, we'll have to do that because you can I'll tell you guys how to do that in a little while here. You can probably have this viewing in a separate section, but yeah. So you'll be able to view all the jobs here. If you want to send out an offer of acceptance now, you can send out an email. Okay, send an email to the current sell jobs applicants email. You can say him that you got a job or whatever. Don't do it like this, but you got a job or whatever. And the next thing you want to do is now in my current data set, I do not have a check to say that the user has been accepted or not. This whether the person, the applicants and probably the employees. You want to have another field type for that. Now, this is where I said that I will not be creating a clone of AngelList or LinkedIn. The reason is because actually job boards applications tend to go really complex, and I don't really have the time to cover all of those. I could do the view profile. It's not that it's really complex, but if you want me to help you on that, I could help you on that on one-to-one basis because it's going to take really long time for me to explain that. Okay, but I hope you guys understand that. You can send in an offer of acceptance by email Now, what I did before I went on is I created a pop-up call. Congratulations, you may now get in touch with the employee. So the person is going to be able to view uh, wait, let's go click on the type of the content of the pop-up as a user, and I'm going to view the the parent group again. This is a group, by the way, so you can actually put it outside the group, no problem, but I'm just going to be putting it here. The group is going to be, this is not important, this is just an additional step, but it'll just make sure that, I mean, it just be interesting. Okay, the type of the content will be user. Okay, the data source will be the parent group's user. If you don't know what I mean, is basically I'm going to be changing the who is the user that's referenced here. The user is whoever is in this cell, right? That person's email, I mean, this parent group's users email will come up here. And if I click on this OK, you can hide this pop-up user. And if you want to show this pop-up, you have to add a workflow that says um, you want to show the pop-up user. But note one more thing, you have not defined who is the user there. You gotta say display data, and on the pop-up you're going to say uh, the current cell's job. Oh yeah, by the way, you gotta say the current cell's job, so you gotta change the pop-up user to like actually job. All right, you gotta change that to job, and instead of saying the data source is going to be the parent group's job, and it's going to be a job, and I'm going to say the parent group's jobs applicant's email. All right, this way I guess this will be better. Yeah, so this will work. So send an offer of acceptance. Oh yeah, if you want to click on the profile page, right, you will need to change all of this, the type to job, and then view the current page jobs, his username. I hope you get that, right? You need to create a separate, create a clone for applicant profile, and then you gotta clone this. The UI elements is gonna be pretty much the same. Only the values that are gonna be displayed are going to be, the type is going to be job here, and that's how you do it. Okay. I hope that makes sense. If not, just let me please feel free to tweet me or get in touch with me on one-to-one basis, and I can help you out on that if you don't understand that. But yeah, where was I on my application page? Yeah, send offer of acceptance. Now I'm gonna say show the pop-up, but it's not gonna define who um the person is, right? Uh, so yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change current sales jobs. Yeah, so I guess that makes sense now. I hope this is clear on that. So what are the other issues we have? Oh wait, this is save button. Why do we have this? Dynamic data. What is this? Uh, type here. I don't know what this is, but I'll just delete this. I guess we don't have any issues now. Okay, looks like our application is complete. Let's go ahead and test everything out now. I just named it paper line before. I had to change the entire thing later, so yeah. I don't have an account. I'm gonna register one. Go ahead and create one account. I'm gonna call this my name. What is it? Name. Sure. Natasha.in. This is, by the way, not the correct thing. Click on sign up. I'm gonna be signing up now. Let's test everything out. Oh yeah, by the way, you can ask it to save the password by default. Now it asks for the name of the company. Let's type in my name of the company. I'm gonna offer something like 150k to 200k. dollars. All right. It's just kidding, guys. Don't message me stating that I'll offer you that much. But yeah, I'm gonna offer you guys, probably full time job. Company's website, if you don't know already, my website is harsha.in. Post this job. Yeah, there you can see. I didn't add a logo for now. Oh, I forgot the apply job. All right, so let's go back to apply job here. And on the ad workflow, you're going to be saying make changes to a thing, the current sold job. On the applicants, you're gonna be adding the current user. Oh, I forgot that. So where are the applicants gonna come from? This is where they're gonna come from, right? So yeah. So if I actually add it, it's gonna add it, but it's not gonna give me any prompt. So I'll add a pop-up to say that, oh, you've been added. That way I know there's a feedback that says, oh, you've been added to the thing. Let's say something like apply. Alright, let me go ahead and just make this really quick. And gender horizontally. Something like oops. Let me make this a little smaller. Alright. And the employer will be in touch with you soon. And you've applied for, let's say, you applied for the company name, so I'm gonna say that and insert dynamic data. The parent groups things. By the way, they did not define the type of the content as a job, so parent groups jobs name. The name of the company will be displayed in that place. So it's ugly, so I'm gonna make it a body. I'm gonna put it in the center. Yeah, so that will be cool. Then center horizontally. Okay, this way he's going to be able to hide this pop-up. And the first thing you can do is you can display a data, which is basically on the pop-up job, the data to be displayed is the current sales job. Okay, and yeah, of course you need to display the pop-up, right? So start a workflow, you're gonna show the pop-up. I guess that's clear now. So if I actually go test it out, this is gonna be pretty weird, but I'm gonna be applying to my own job that I created. So I'm gonna apply to the job and says applied. If I go check out my applicants, I think I should be able to view all the applications. Alright, yeah, this is Asha here. No, I think I have not filled up my CV, so it doesn't say anything. You'll have to fill up all these navigation thing yourself. These are boring stuff. Alright, so edit profile. Let me go back to this page here. Okay, so edit profile works. My profile will not display anything because I didn't have any information there. It says full-time job. Alright, so I'll be able to add work experience here. What is this? Password is here. Oh shit, I forgot. You'll have to make sure that my CV page does not have this user logged in feature, so that it doesn't, if it's logged in, it'll go back to the paperwork page. Yeah. Yeah. This is like a password field. It is not a password field. It's, let me go back here. I guess it's now issue it. Yeah. Right on the address, the initial content is going to be the current page user's address. I don't have an address, by the way, right now. I mean, I don't mean to say that way. I mean to say on this application. So something like India is going to be my address. It's not the best address in the world, but yeah. Describe yourself. I am. This shouldn't be the way people should do, but yeah, I work at a company called Propel. Click on add. Okay, next. You can on the workflow, just make sure you have the feature to let users reset this field once you have added this. Okay. So the next probably I want to add here is zero code. Oh shit. Yeah, add. Oh, okay. I see that's a problem. Uh, work experience. You'll have to separate the list. Alright, I see the problem now. Mm, Alright, let's do one thing here. Okay, let's actually type in something called work experience. Let's create a new data type here, and let's click on this is the name of the company, and the name is going to be a text, and to which person, a person reference, okay, is basically user. I'll tell you guys what I mean by this. Just follow along, and I'll tell you what I mean to do, what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna add a work experience instead of this. Okay, um, let me go back to data here. On the user says work experience, I'll create another work experience with an underscore. Okay, and I'm gonna say the field type is work experience. Is the data type I created here, and it's a multiple entries. So I'm gonna click on create. This is a my own custom data type here. So um, I'll actually create. This time I'll actually create uh, a new work experience. The person reference is the current user. Basically, he's going to be viewing all the work experiences. Sorry, work experience that are person reference is equal to the current user. If you know what I'm trying to do here, is basically, yeah. I'm gonna be removing this. Uh, yeah. Delete a thing. Current sales work experience. Let me go back here. Current sales work experience name. Okay. I'm gonna click on add now. Go back here. Person reference. Name of this company should be in the add a work experience value. Okay, that was too fast, but I'll show you guys what I tried to do here. So I created a custom data type called work experience this way. Now if you actually test it out now, I'll show you how it works. Let me go back to, because it doesn't have the current user, so I have to go back here. And one more thing, you'll have to go change the same thing on the profile page. You'll have to change the work experience. Type of content is work experience. Search for work experience. Person reference is equal to the current page user. Okay? I guess that makes sense now. We have one issue. What is that? Oh, work experience name. Alright. No. Go back to the paper line page. Like page. Preview. Alright, so I guess this works now. Alright, so if I go to the edit profile, I'll be able to add new work experiences. Let's go check it out then. Well, we didn't save it last time, that's why I didn't save it. Let's go add something like I work at Propo, add. See, you can add it now. Next, you want to add something like I work at Google, add. Look, it works. So this way you could have something like India. I am a boy. It's a terrible description. What happened? Oh, I need to. It says it's the type is. The type of the field is email. It should be text. Come on. Okay, guys. This should work now. I guess all of this should be working now. Just minor bugs here and there, but these things just keep happening all the time. Alright, so I'm from India. Describe yourself. I don't know, I'm probably M boy again. Then save. Now let's just check out my CV, so that'll be clear. I didn't add a profile picture just yet. Yeah, you can add it. Oh shit, again I added the logic. Look at this. Where is that? I go to the profile page, we have the user is logged in. Check, remove that. Now if you do it, oh come on, no. You have to go back to the paper page. Okay, my profile, because that's the page that was there. Bio, and all my work experiences, Google and everything just works perfectly clear. So yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, you can also check this out. Full time jobs, part time, nobody. Freelance, because that's the only job we have right now. If you want to search for companies, you can do that as well. Hayes, you can see that's the only company here, and everything works, right? So that's pretty cool. Alright, so if you find this video useful, guys, it's a pretty long video, but I hope you guys understood the concept and the how to develop this application. I'll be posting more videos on how to create web applications, not only with Bubble, but with also other tools. Very soon, so make sure you subscribe to this channel and do visit my website at hasher.in. And yeah, that's it for now. And sorry for making this video really long. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys in another video.